So today's look is going to be done with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to say right up front here, I'm going to be pointing to most of the colors because I do not know the names of all of them, and it came with a sheet that had names, and I was so excited about the palette. I just was like looking at the palette. I didn't even keep the sheet. But anyways, I'm just going to be pointing at the colors because I don't know what each color, I don't know the names of all the colors. So I already have my brows done and my face is already moisturized. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start out priming my face. And today I'm going to be using this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I'm just going to be putting on a little bit because you don't need much with this primer. Just about that much on my finger. And I'm just going to be spraying that all over my face. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Smashbox Studio Skin. This is their 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. And this one is medium to full coverage. And this is in 2.1. So, I'm just going to take and I'm going to squirt. Sometimes I'll do like about a pump and a half. It doesn't take a whole lot, so about like that much on my hand. I'm going to go with my IT Cosmetics. This is their liquid foundation blending brush. And I'm just going to tap that in and just start blending my foundation out. Then I'm going to go in with, this is Mary Kay's Mineral Powder Foundation, and this is in the color Ivory 1. And I'm just going to take my fluffy powder brush from IT Cosmetics, and I'm just going to put a little powder over top. I always like to do that with my liquid foundation so the heat doesn't get to it and different stuff like that, and it just kind of helps set your makeup well. Then I'm going to go in for my eye primer, and this is in the color Buff, and this is Tarte's Lid Lock primer, eyeshadow primer. That's what I'm using. Blank there for a minute. And I'm just going to dip my finger in and just put some on my finger, and then I'm just going to massage it into my crease, and I'm going to take it a little bit up underneath my brow bone. You can bring it as far down, and you can take it a little bit underneath here if you're going to be adding some eyeshadow powder underneath there, but just wherever you want to apply it. Then I'm going to go in with our Jaclyn Hill palette, and today I'm going to be starting out with this shade right here. And what I'm going to be doing is just taking, this is just a fluffy blending brush, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be dipping it in that color, this color right here, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid and up under my brow bone. What I like about this method, I never used to use it until a friend of mine showed me it. What I like about this method is it saves you having to use highlighter underneath your brow bone at the end, because no matter when you take it right underneath your brow bone like that, no matter how far up you take your crease, because you're not going to take it all the way up to your eyebrow, no matter how much you take up that crease color, that dark crease color, it's going to have a natural highlight right there because you already put it on. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Aqua Glow Concealer, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take my brush, and I'm just going to apply that underneath my eyes and a little bit up in the corners, and this is just going to help highlight, and then I'm just going to blend it out with my Beauty Blender. It's just going to give you a little bit more of that awake look. I got a little sunburn, y'all, so that's why my skin is a little bit red right now. Then I'm going to go in with my Tarte. This is the contouring palette. I'm going to take this light shade right here, and I'm just going to dip my Beauty Blender in just like that. And I'm just going to help kind of seal in that under eye concealer that we put in. It's just going to really help brighten that up for us. Then I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. And today I'm going to be taking my brush right here, this brush right here. And what I'm going to be doing with it is I'm going to go in with this shade right here, that one. And I'm just going to dip my brush in real quick, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start gently applying that color to my crease. And we're just going to be applying it light at first, just a little bit lighter, and just blending that out so it's kind of just a soft chocolate line. I say chocolate, I guess sometimes I think of my eyeshadow colors as like chocolate because the color. I love chocolate, so that's probably why. So as you can see, it is pretty light. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this darker shade right here, this one right here, and we're just going to tap our brush into that, and we're just going to deepen up that line just a little bit. But instead of doing it right over top, we're going to bring it down a little bit lower. So we're going to probably put it about right there starting. And we're just going to make windshield wiper motions, and we're just going to deepen up that line a little bit. Then the next color we're going to use is we're going to go in with this color right here, and it's real dark and it is pigmented, so be very careful with how much you're going to use. And I'm going to go in with this Vermona brush right here, and it's kind of sort of a smudge brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap my brush in there, and I'm just going to go to this outer corner of my eye, and I'm just going to deepen up that crease a little bit, but not too much because I'm not trying to make this eye look super heavy. So after we have our lines, I'm going to go in with this brush again, and I'm just going to blend them out. Now as I'm blending, I am going to take and kind of drag it to right there, that part of my eye. So as I'm blending out this color, I'm just going to slowly kind of drag it down and darken up just this outer corner of my eye. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with this brush right here, and this is just my flat eyeshadow brush. It's just a plain brush. You can get it Ulta anywhere. And I'm going to go in with this color right here, and it's this light pink color, and I'm just going to be applying that on my lid. Then I'm going to go back in with this shade right here, that one down there, and then I'm going to take this brush right here, I'm just going to dip it in, and I'm just going to deepen up right in this outer corner, and just this line that I'm doing right now, I'm just going to deepen those up a little bit in color. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to dip it into that same color, this one right here, and I'm just going to take it and softly bring it underneath my lower lash line right here. I'm kind of doing it on top of my lower lash line plus underneath it a little bit. And this is just going to create a little bit more of a dramatic look, and you can skip this step if you want, but for me it sort of really draws the focus to the eyes, and that's what I like. Then I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with my eyeliner, and today I'm going to be using the Precision Longwear Liner by Tarte. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with, this is just an angled liner brush, and you can use whatever you want. I just use this one right here. I'm going to go in with this angled liner brush, and I'm going to go in with this black shade that she has in her palette right there. And I'm just going to take that right along my shadow line, and it's just going to help set that liner and make it real black. Then the next step is I am going to go in with my, this is Mile High Lashes this is by Stila, and this is in the shade, I think it's Jet Black. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be applying this mascara to my eyelashes. One trick that I did learn that I really like, and it tends to boost my lashes, I like to do it on the second coat, but you can do the second or first coat, whichever one you want. You're going to place that, place this spoolie right at the base of your lashes, and then as you blink, you're going to blink down your eyes, you're going to roll your wand, and it's just going to help lift up those lashes a little bit. So you're just going to place it at the base of your lash line, and as you blink, you're just going to roll it up. But it's hard to talk and do at the same time. It's coordination right there. And it's just going to help kind of pop those lashes up, and you can do it on the first or second coat, whichever one you want. So what I'm going to be using today is I am going to be using this right here, and this is by Beauty Basics right here, and this is just one of their bronzing palettes. And I'm just going to take this angled brush right here. I'm just going to dip it in there, dip it in this color right here. I'm going to start with my cheekbones, and I'm just going to start right at my ear, right down this cheekbone line. I'm just going to start shading it in. This is just going to create a little bit more definition to my cheekbones, and it's just going to pop them a little bit more. Then I'm going to take it along my jawline. And this is optional. You guys can contour whatever you want. This is just kind of what I like to do. Then I'm going to take it along my forehead. Then I'm going to take my big powder brush, and I'm just going to blend out any lines I may see. Then I'm going to go in with a small brush. I'm going to actually go in with this brush right here, and I'm just going to contour just a little part of my nose. Underneath my lip a little bit. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with my blush, and today I'm going to be using this Bella Pierre Cosmetics, and this is a mineral blush, and this is in the color Desert Rose. So I'm just going to go in with my It Cosmetics. Now this is not a blush brush, but honestly it works for me and I like to use it as a blush brush, so but y'all can use whatever you want to. So I do realize that it is not a blush brush, but I like to use it anyway. This is a mineral blush, so you have to be kind of careful with it. If you kind of tunk the sides a little bit of it, it kind of just helps that to settle into the brush, and that way you're not putting like powder. It's not going to fly all over you. I'm just going to add a little bit of blush down here just to kind of make it look like a little bit more natural color. Then the next step is I'm going to go in with my Tarteist. This is the Pro Glow. And I love this palette. Oh my word, guys. If you do not have this contouring palette, it is great. I really love this palette. I'm going to go in with the shade, Strobe right here. And this is this top one right here. I'm going to go in with my Luxie tapered highlighting brush. And I'm just going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. Y'all, look how gorgeous that highlighter is. Oh my word. Like, seriously. I go down my nose, go on the top of my forehead. Gonna take it between my cheekbone and my jawline. Oh my goodness, y'all, look at that highlighter. Is that not gorgeous or what? Then I'm going to go in, and this is going to be one of the last steps. I'm going to take my mascara brush, and this is another little trick. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is another trick that I really like to use, and I'm going to take the brush right here, and I'm just going to kind of take the end like this, and I'm just going to kind of get my lashes all coated with mascara. I'm not going to worry about them clumping right now at this point. I'm just going to kind of coat them up, and then I'm going to take this wand, and I'm going to comb them out. And that really just gives your lashes a really nice look, and I really love that trick because that way you can make sure that your lashes are nice and coated. I'm going to go in with, this is the last step, and I'm going to go in with the shade Perla, and this is Stila's liquid lipsticks, and I'm just going to be applying that to my lips. Alright, and that is the final step, and this is the completed look. I hope y'all enjoyed this look. It's not quite as heavy as some other looks I do. It's a little bit more lighter. And please subscribe for more content coming up if you really enjoyed this video. And please do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. And I'll see y'all next time.